In this segment, what we're going to be talking about is how to forward your domain name so that it goes to your blog, but it looks like it's landing on a .com website. Very important for credibility. We're also going to be talking about how to set up your custom email signature and create a custom email template. And all of that is just to automate the process for you and just deliver that unified brand message. If you're interested in learning more about that, please stay with me. With respect to forwarding and masking, that is really important because if you go, let's say that you go and you type in whatever the term is that you are trying to look at for that particular internet search, and you go and you see a bunch of results, right? And one of them says, picnic baskets.wordpress.com, okay? And then the next one says, picnicbaskets.yahooBuzz.blah-blah-blah.com, or one that just says picnicbaskets.com. Well, which one are you going to choose? You're going to choose the one that says .com because you're familiar. You know what to expect when you go there. It's a credibility bump. So the forwarding with masking is just incredibly important for credibility. You want to do it. It's so powerful and it's free. So why wouldn't you do it? It's just an automatic bump in your customer's head that says, okay, this person is serious. This person knows what they're doing, and I'm sure you are serious. And if you didn't know what you were doing or you didn't want to learn to know what you were doing, you wouldn't be watching this video. So, I guess I'm kind of preaching to the choir because the people that want to hear or should hear this advice aren't going to be the people watching this video. So, give yourself a leg up on the competition, right? Send your customers to a streamlined, business, professional looking website. Okay, in this part of the tutorial, what I'm going to do is just walk you through. I'm actually going to show you what it looks like. Now, I know that I can use screen capture software. I don't have that set up right now, and I want to continue with this series. So for now, please bear with me and I'm just trying to give you a visual representation of how easy this is to do. So what you want to do is log into two places, the first of which is the place where you set up your blog, and then the other place is the place where you purchased your domain name. So go ahead and log into both of those. And so let's say I'm already logged into this one as the domain carrier. I'm going to go over here to domain names. And for this particular one, I'm going to be redirecting one that is Beauty Ambulance, which is a blog that I'm working on. So I'm going to let that load. And while it does, I'm going to come over here to the WordPress side. And you can see I have many, many blogs on here. But for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to go to just the dashboard, and then you'll probably just have the one or maybe one or two. But what you're trying to do is pick up this address that's right here. And so in this instance, it would be, so the name over here, it says blog name is Beauty Ambulance, and then the address, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so you're going to click that, and then you're going to come up here and you're just going to highlight and then copy this, because this is where you are going to redirect your actual domain name. So once you do that, let me show you that one more time. So you're going to log in, and let's just assume that you just have just the one blog that you set up. So you come here, and then you would click, or you can just do it from right here, left click, highlight, copy. Point is, you're only trying to pick up this area right here. So I just think it's easier for a lot of people if they just click it and then come up here and actually just highlight the URL, right click, copy. Okay, and then you don't really need that anymore. So then you're going to go back to your domain area, and you're going to go to, My Domain Names. Okay, so click My Domain Names, and then you're going to come in here. Okay, and you're going to scroll down until you find your domain name. This particular side of my account has, I think, like 194. So this particular one that we're working on right now is going to be Beauty Ambulance. And just to show you that, I practice what I preach, you can see beautyambulance.com, info.net.org, and then beautyambulance.com spelled incorrectly. So, I even take my own advice, so I'm not telling you to do things that I don't do. So then go ahead and find the one that you're looking for. So for me, it's beautyambulance.com, and then you're going to come over here to, not to the auto renew side. Actually, you can just click the domain name, and it's going to bring up the dashboard for that domain, okay? So what you are trying to do here is mask, and forward. So you're going to scroll down to the settings. You don't need to mess with DNS zone files and all of that stuff right now. Just leave all of that alone. For these purposes, all you're going to do is come here to forwarding, okay? So it says domain and subdomain. You're not going to mess with that. You're just going to click the one that says domain. So on the left, it'll say forwarding, and then it'll say domain manage. So go ahead and click that. All right, so I think I might have already done this at some point, but we'll just open it back up so you can see. So then you're going to open it up and you're going to see this little line, and it's going to ask you what you want to do. You're going to click the little pencil area over here to the right. Open it up. So here's what you want to do. It's going to say forward to, and then that's this little area right here. So you're going to select HTTP, not HTTPS, because that's a secure site, like a checkout page or something, and you don't want to do that for right now. So it's just HTTP, select that, and then add the name of the URL that you just picked up. So we'll just delete this, and we'll drop this in here, okay? So of course, when we picked up the entire URL, it also picked up the secure tag, and the reason it did that is because I was logged in. So all you want to do is just come to the very beginning of the blog name and just remove all the rest of that, okay? So then you have http:// beautyambulanceblog.wordpress.com. Okay? So then it's going to say redirect type. You have 301, which is permanent, and 302, which is temporary. You're going to go ahead and, basically it's going to be auto defaulted to 1. Just go ahead and leave it there. So the redirect type is 301 permanent. Then forwarding settings. So you're going to click this little drop down menu. You're going to have two options here, forward only and forward with masking. So I'm going to choose forward with masking because I don't want people to know that they're going to this WordPress. I want them to think that they're going to a traditional website. So forward with masking, and then the title down here. And so this is asking you, what do you want it to say when they land on your website? So up here, for instance, this one says www.smallbusinessdomainsandhosting.com. So whatever I put here is what's going to pop up as the URL when they land at that web page. So obviously what I want to put there, right, is beautyambulance.com, because I want to keep one unified, streamlined branding message that is always the same. So I want it to be beautyambulance.com. So down here under title, you're just going to type in, so I'll just back this out because it's already in there, but you're just going to type, and you're not going to type in www.beautyambulance.com. Don't do that. Just put the name of, so beautyambulance.com. Okay? And then edit. And it's going to say, you know, it's being processed, blah, blah, blah. Just check what you did here. Make sure you're good to go. Save it. Okay. So it's going to say your request has been submitted. Changes may take a few moments to take effect. I have found that it generally does not take in excess of 24 hours. I mean, if it's 24 hours later and it's still not pushing over, that's when you want to call the domain carrier. I don't think I've actually ever had that happen. Okay. So what you want to do to test this, you know, and you can keep checking it. I mean, I'm impatient, so I check after like 10 minutes, and half the time it's there, half the time it's not. So I just keep checking because I'm just crazy like that. I want to, you know, make sure that it's forwarding and then move on to the next task. So up here I'm going to type www.beautyambulance.com, click enter, and see. Now, there's nothing built on this blog page right now. So, but you can see, it took me, so you can see right here, it's on a WordPress. Well, actually, you probably can't see it because you're a little bit far off, but you're on a blog platform, but it looks like you're on a website because it says beautyambulance.com, not wordpress.com/beautyambulance. So just so you can see, you know, a real, you know, developed one and see what that looks like. So let's go up here and do, you know, www.raphaelalorian.com. Click that. And that's going to bring you to my website, which is a blog. Now, you guys can see this up here because I'm logged in, but if you were not looking at my computer, you wouldn't see that. It would just appear right here, and then, you know, you have all these pages, and I have a image gallery, and, you know, my Twitter account, and all of that. This is what we're working towards, right? We're working towards a place where you can have a place on the internet, you know, that you can call home, that represents your business, your brand, yourself, whatever, you know, your particular endeavor is, that you don't have to pay somebody else to do, where, you can go in and make the edits and you have full control. This is so, so, so important. And it is so much fun for me to empower other people to be able to do this for themselves. So, a quick spin around my, blog, or let's just call it website, and you have, home, about blog, and this is where, I introduce myself and, who I am and who this blog is for. About me, this is about me personally. Who am I? Mom, business owner. Here, blog topics. These are the things that I talk about, and I want to keep it nice and organized for everybody. A nice connect with me page, and that is, short little intro clip. And then down here, I have all my social media links, and this is what I'll be talking about in the next video. And this is everything from Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, you name it. And then I have a page of recommended products, because people very frequently reach out to me and ask me, what do you think? What's the best, let's say water bottle for, working out at the gym, whatever. Or, what's the best blender? Which one do you use for your shake? So I just go ahead and put that here so that it's just easier for everybody. And they just have a direct link that they can go to. This is what you're working toward, and this is so exciting. So I can't wait to show you how to do this. Again, we're going to go over that in the next video. This one was about forwarding and masking. What I really want you to take away from the custom signature and auto reply is you really want to use the tools that are available to you to make that connection with your customer, where they feel like, okay, this person gives a what and cares about the fact that, I know that my email was received. I know that they're going to respond. There's been some level of expectation set up. I know that within 48 hours, I should hear from this person. It hasn't just gone off into the abyss. And, that's really important. Nobody likes to feel as if their message is not being heard. And that's why this is so powerful for your customers and your clients when they receive that, because they know right off the bat, okay, this is someone who's going to take care of how I feel about this relationship. They're not just going to get back to me whenever it suits them. Include things like your mailing address, your phone number if you choose to make that available, your website, the links to your social media accounts. I cannot tell you how many times I have received emails from people and I read the email and I think, well, that's great. That is so great. In fact, I want to pick up the phone and talk to you about that right now, because that happens to be in line with a campaign that I'm working on, and there's no phone number. I want a phone number, because I don't necessarily want to have to communicate with you by email, especially, and in this particular instance, this was the 4th or 5th time that this person and I had communicated about something. So I just always feel like, make a phone number. If you're the kind of person that chooses to give out your phone number, then, put it there. If you're the kind of person that is really good about responding to email, then maybe you don't need a phone number, because you're right on top of it. You're constantly, on your smartphone and responding. Then that's great. You don't have to leave a cell phone number. But my point is, make sure that they have some line of communication to you where they can reach out to you and know that they can basically reach out to you within the next 10 or 15 minutes. I personally really appreciate that when I'm dealing with somebody, and I know most people probably feel the same way. Everything moves so quickly that when you're at the top of somebody's mind, the last thing that you want to do is push yourself down on purpose. I mean, that's just counterproductive. That's not what you're going for. So make it easy for people to find you. Make it easy for your customers to reach you, to connect with you, to order your services, to buy your products, to tell you what they think, etc. It's so easy and it's free, so why wouldn't you do it? That's just my, I go kind of crazy about that, because I see that so much and I just don't understand it. And I wish that people, could kind of step back for a second and realize from your customer's perspective, they don't want to feel like they can't get in touch with you. That's just, that leaves that automatic, I don't know if I can trust this person. And that's not what we're going for here. So, I know that you're trustworthy. I know that you're going to be there for your customers. And all I'm trying to do is give you the tools to convey that message on your behalf automatically, to save yourself the time of feeling like you have to get right back to that person. You don't, because they have an autoresponder. You told them, I usually respond to my emails within 4 to 6 hours, or 1 to 2 days, whatever it is. I personally would never go longer than 2 days, and that is only if I was traveling overseas or something. People, they may want to just communicate by email. Some people are going to say, well, I want to get to know this person a little bit better before I make a decision about whether I want to collaborate with them or ask them to be involved in this project, whatever. So maybe they're going to go check out your Pinterest or your Instagram or your Facebook and find out, what is this person like on a personal level? And they're going to play where they're comfortable. And if they're comfortable on Instagram, but they don't know that you have an Instagram account, you've done yourself a disservice. So just go ahead and list it. I mean, it kind of looks a little bit obscene, to have 10 different links there. I have had nothing but positive feedback and people telling me, oh, I didn't even know that you had a Twitter, or I didn't even know you had a Pinterest account. Of course, I went over there and started following you immediately. I always want to know what you recommend to eat or what workout products you use, etc. So, it's great. You're just giving them just another level of customer service where they feel more connected to you. They feel like this is a real person. This is a person who, has a family or likes this kind of food or has this kind of dog or whatever. That is all part of the brand package in the world that we now live in. We don't live in a world where, it's just this little corporate face and this little talking head says, I'm whatever brand, please buy my product. People have a need now to know what's going on in your life. Who are you? So show them. Show them you have nothing to hide and, you're the right choice because you are the right choice. So share that with the world. Tell them that you invest in your social media presence, that you are a reliable, credible, regular source of information. So just go ahead and add that. I promise you it will really help you connect with people. And of course, your signature or so we have your autoresponder, which we've talked about, and you better do that. The forwarding with masking, absolutely crucial. If you take no other advice from me, definitely do that. But you should probably also listen to most of my other advice. I think it's pretty valuable and it's free. So, I can't pass up on free advice. And then the third thing would be the setting up your custom template like I showed you so that it's just less work. My motto for things like that is if it has to be done more than once, I'm going to automate it. Because why? I can only be in front of my customers. I can only make a genuine connection with my customers, but a machine can do all the rest of that. So I'm going to let the machine do what it needs to do so that I can take care of the things that only I can do, which is be a real live person in front of my customers that they can connect with. So that just frees up my time. And you'll find as you move forward in business, time is money. When they say that, they really mean that. So save yourself some time and some money, right? And plus it's free. Again, bonus. I'm all about free. I will if I can do it for free first, you can bet I'm going to do it that way. So go ahead and take care of those things. And in the next video, what we're going to be talking about is the social media channels. So probably what you're going to have to do because of the order in which I'm shooting these is you're going to have to set all of that up. And then once you go back and finish all your social media channels, you're just going to have to go back and drop that information onto your blog or your website and into your custom email signature. Okay, in this segment, what we're going to be looking at is how to set up your autoresponder. So mine, right here, it says reply from, leave it set to default, info@raphaelalorean.com. Reply subject, I clicked custom and I put thank you for contacting Raphaela Lorean. And then, leave the start and end time as, starting today, going on forever. Reply frequency, I mentioned this in the other video. You want to make sure that it's, clicked to once per email address because you don't want people to receive this over and over again because then it looks trite and it doesn't look like, you personally responded to it. It looks like an autoresponder. So you want to come down here to general message. Mine says something to the effect of thank you for contacting me. I appreciate the time that you invested in sending me an email. That said, I read all of my own email, blah, 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 and I'm explaining to them how long it's going to take me to respond to them. That's me setting up an expectation, giving them some kind of an idea. And it's saying, but hey, while you're waiting, if you want to connect with me on any of my social media channels, I look forward to seeing you there. Gratefully, Raphaela Lorean. And then again, another listing of all of my social media channels. So under the settings tab, you want to drop down to personal settings, 1 and 2. But what we're interested in is signature, okay? So I have as my signature, basically a default template that pops up every time I compose a new email because I don't want to have to type that every single time. So mine says, If you want to know what I'm up to right now, please follow me on one of my social media channels. I have them listed below for your convenience because I want to meet you wherever you choose to connect with me. I look forward to connecting with you, learning from you, and helping you in any way that I'm able. Gratefully, Raphaela. And then you'll see here that I have a list of every single one of my social media channels, including, a mailing address where people can send business inquiries or sponsorship requests, etc. So that pops up every single time that I compose an email. So let's go over here and I'm going to click compose email so that you can see. Okay, so you can see my header image comes up, and we'll do that in another video. But exactly what I was just talking about. All this text comes up. I never have to sign again or, add any of this stuff to my email. It's already there. So then I just type my message, let's just say, hey Laura, thanks for reaching out to me. And then, whatever it is I want to say, and then just come up here, click send, and it's off. So you don't have to sit there and, constantly type best or regards or your name and then add your contact phone numbers and all of that craziness. I really am very passionate about helping people to liberate themselves from feeling like they have to rely on other people to, have a website set up or have a professional looking email responder, when the truth is that it's all free. And the information is just not been presented to that individual yet. Next part, what we're going to be talking about, of course, is setting up all of your social media channels. Now, in my last 3-part series, I said if you wanted to get a head start, you could go ahead and start setting those up. So you are going to want to set up, and again, I will talk about all of this in the next video, but Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, all the biggies for 2015, which now it looks like it's going to include things like Snapchat, etc. And I will talk about all of that in detail in that next video. I hope you found this helpful. Please, give it a thumbs up if you thought that this information was valuable, and go ahead and subscribe, because every Wednesday I come out with my Your Customer Shoes snapshot, which is where I talk about growing your business from your customer's shoes. So we walk through the development of your business and running your business, and we look at it from your customer's perspective. Because at the end of the day, that's who you're trying to keep happy, because that's how you build your brand. That's how you build a thriving, sustainable business, is by keeping your customers happy, because happy customers tell everybody. Word of mouth is free. So again, take advantage. Go out, get it done, come back, stay with me through this. That's why I'm shooting it in these little, 20, 30 minutes. You've come this far. You've chosen your business name. We're setting up your website, your email address. We're going to lay the foundation for your business so that you can do what you really want to do, which is, not return emails and play with your website all day, but that's to offer whatever product or service it is that you have that is of value that you are bringing to the market. So that's what we want to get to, but we have to lay this foundation properly first. And, we're a lot further through it than we were, 6 videos back. And I hope that you are finding a lot of value in this series. I hope you stick with me, and I will see you next Wednesday for the next portion of this video. Thanks, guys, and be true to yourself and great to your customers.